Hey everybody, happy Monday. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and we're tracking a very warm and a very dry week this week. Very different from what we saw a week ago. We had a couple of snowstorms, obviously, to start 2022. This year, or I should say this week, here in the new year, things looking a lot more tranquil for us, not only along the Front Range, along the urban corridor, but really throughout the state. We're looking at a much more tranquil weather pattern with only a little bit of snow later on this week. And I'll have more details on that next snow chance in the next few minutes, but it is sunny. Looking outside my window right now, it looks gorgeous for us. Temperature is going to be rising up to right around 50 degrees in Denver and throughout the state. Temperatures generally going to be running about 5 degrees or so above average. Our average high for your day today is 44 degrees. So when we're talking about a high of 49, again, it's about 5 degrees above average, and that should hold steady throughout much of the state. Most of us looking at temperatures somewhere between about 3 and 7 degrees above the norm for this time period. Not bad. And again, plenty of sunshine, not even those lenticular mountain wave clouds really to speak of. So should be a beautiful blue sky for us overhead. So enjoy it. That'll, by the way, help to melt a lot of that snowfall that we did see last week. So just keep in mind, it could have some icy spots, especially as we get into tomorrow morning before dawn. Could see some of those icy spots around because of some of that melting that will inevitably take place when you got that sunshine, those temperatures right around 50 degrees. All right, let's skip ahead to your day tomorrow, where it's going to be a little bit warmer than we're expecting for your day today. How about some low 50s for us as we get into your Tuesday here in Denver? Again, most of the state running close to about 10 degrees above the norm as we get into your day tomorrow. So again, average high this time of year about 44. Will be around 52, 53 here in town for your day tomorrow. And again, statewide should be running close to about 10 degrees above the norm. And across the state, we are looking really here at temperatures that continue to run above average, but also no snow even in the mountains for your day today, for your day tomorrow, and really for much of the rest of the week. 55 Lakewood, 53 Castle Rock, 42 Greeley, 45 Brighton, 47 Broomfield. And by the way, you might notice that sharp gap in terms of the temperatures for those temperatures in places like Platteville, Greeley, Brighton compared to Denver. Reason why, think about it for a quick second. That's the area that saw that snow just a few days ago. Now, in Denver, we saw about, generally speaking, about 2 to 5 inches worth of snowfall. But just north of the city, you might remember that last Wednesday, Thursday, when we had those kind of 4 or 5 inches here in Denver, areas just north of the city saw closer to about 8 to 12 inches worth of snowfall. So that snow still has to melt, and that snow pack keeping those temperatures just a bit on the colder side as you head just north of the city. So that's why you're seeing such a big gap for your day tomorrow and for your day today in those high temperatures in places like Greeley, Fort Lupton, Brighton, Loveland, compared to what we're expecting for us here in the Denver area. So that's why you're seeing such a big gap between the north side of the state as well as the north side of the metro area and from downtown and I-70 on southward, where a lot of that snow has already melted on off. It will continue to do so for the rest of your day today. All right, let's look ahead, though, to that next chance for snow, which will be later on into the week, and specifically on your Friday is going to be that chance for any sort of snowfall. And folks, don't even really, I mean, I'm almost struggling to say that we've got a chance for snow because it's going to be pretty insignificant for us. I think the northern mountains may see, and we're talking about the parks, the Gores, the Medicine Bow Ranges, that'd be Steamboat Springs, Rocky Mountain National Park, Winter Park, that area may see 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inches kind of snow. Here in Denver, we might get a few flakes late on Friday, to be the back half of Friday. We might get a few flakes here back half of Friday. So when you see that chance or some of the snowflakes on your app or right here on this graphic, don't exactly freak out or break out the snow shovels. We don't have any sort of meaningful snowfall for us here in the Denver area over the course of the next 7 to 10 days. Nothing in the foreseeable future. The pattern does maybe flip a little bit towards the end of next week. In the meantime, next week to 10 days looking pretty tranquil. And how about that Thursday? Highs will be right around 60 for us here in Denver. Again, average high 44 this time of year. So we'll be about 15 degrees above the norm. Wednesday looking beautiful as well. Clouds do increase on your Thursday, back half of the day looking a bit cloudier than the front half of it, but overall it's a pretty tranquil pattern for us here along the front range for days. And by the way, I know it's Monday, but we're probably already thinking about next weekend, aren't we? I know, I caught you. I know you're already thinking about next weekend. So let's take a look at next weekend, what we're expecting for that. Temperatures a little bit on the cooler side for us, certainly compared to what we are expecting for much of the week ahead, but low to mid 40s. Again, that is smack dab where we should be for this time of year. So we got seasonable temperatures, no rain, no snow, more sun than cloud cover. So overall, you know what? Smack dab in the middle of winter, middle of January, when we're talking about mid 40s, we take it. And I know it's not going to be as warm as what we're expecting for this weekend, but for the most of this week. But overall, I would say it's a pretty nice pattern for us here in Denver. And you know what? After the recent snow, we did see some pretty meaningful moisture here in Denver. That's going to help a little bit with some of the, obviously we had an extremely parched ground, the driest by far, final 6 months of the year on record for us here in Denver, statewide. The final 6 months of 2021 were the warmest on record by far as well. So it's been so warm and so dry. We finally got some cooler weather as well as some needed moisture. We saw some pretty decent precipitation amounts from that recent run of snowstorms here in the Denver area. So that's going to help keep the ground a bit more moist than what we've seen in recent times. But unfortunately, as we start getting this, say, if it stays dry, say to the end of next week or the beginning of the following week, that's when that ground will start to really kind of dry on out once again, unfortunately, and kind of reintroduce some of those severe drought conditions we had that led up to the Marshall Fire. Not to say that that's going to happen again. That was, of course, propelled by a pretty horrendous windstorm, but unfortunately, it could be looking at some pretty dry conditions in place. If we don't get any snow or rain really in the next 10 days, which is possible, but hopefully things do flip a little bit by the end of the next week, and there are some indications that it may do so. So anyways, dry and warm for much of the week ahead. Possible light flakes for us here on your Friday. Northern Mountains get a little bit of snow, nothing much, and then it stays dry for the upcoming weekend. So overall, again, a tranquil pattern. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch. I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your day.